Welcome back. Our second module is about efficient fine-tuning. So fine-tuning, if you're not familiar with it, is the process of taking a pre-trained, deep model and passing in new data and updating its weights with sort of the smaller amount of new data that you're fine-tuning it on. And it's a very powerful tool that you can do with many of these foundation models, basically base models that have been pre-trained on a lot of data to acquire good feature representations that you can then use to get a model that's really high quality for your application, your data set, and so on. So with language models, it's especially powerful because getting a good base language model can be really expensive. So everyone pre-trains these models on large amounts of data and many domains, lots of data from the web. You end up with a model that understands language well, has general knowledge about different things in the world, understands different types of maybe reasoning or conversation that are happening in this data set, but it's not really tailored to any specific domain. So with fine-tuning, you can then take that model and either give it sort of new information that it didn't have before, like say something about data inside your company that's a trade secret that you don't put on the internet, or even tailor it to do a specific task like classifying sentiments or translating or extracting structured information or something like that. So it's one of the main things that you'll be doing as an ML engineer working with language models. And we're going to talk about fine-tuning in general, what's required to get it to work well and how does it work. And we're also going to be talking about some exciting, recent techniques on parameter efficient fine-tuning, which allow you to do fine-tuning at very little cost by basically, not updating necessarily all the parameters in a model, at the same time or to the same amount. So these are really great because, first of all, they're very inexpensive to try. And second, even if you are going to do more expensive fine-tuning later, they give you a good way to throw in some data and see, whether there is even potential to fine-tune a model on it to get it to do better at a specific task. So fine-tuning today is really, the main way that people are getting high-quality models in many domains. If you want the highest quality model, you probably want to fine-tune. There are lots of domains where, for example, just fine-tuning even small, inexpensive models like Llama that have very few parameters leads to better results than something like GPT-4 or GPT 3.5 out of the box, mostly because they have a chance to absorb a bunch of knowledge. So for example, at UC Berkeley, there's a project called Gorilla that trains a model to learn how to use different software tools and APIs, command line tools, different APIs that developers commonly use, like Kubernetes. And they found that, with a small amount of fine tuning, you can get much higher quality responses. And they're even on popular APIs that the very large language models should know a lot about. So this is just one example. In most domains, if you're running a model, it's doing okay, but you wish it would do better. Often the main tool you have available, or the best tool that's likely to, to get you potentially arbitrarily high in quality, is fine-tuning. So we're excited to talk to you today about that and some of the tools you can use to get started with it quickly.